Hey everybody, I want to start this video out by going ahead and wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. This video is going to be coming out on Thanksgiving, of course. And what we're going to be doing is sticking that engine that we built down into this Mustang right here. And of course, you can see behind me that it's in. So let's go ahead, if you want, follow along and then go through the process, getting this engine in this car. Right now, that's what I want to do. Thank everyone for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't, and it's the first time seeing the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, which is down below, I think, and then the notification bell at the top, and you'll be the first one to get any updates as soon as I update any videos. But go ahead and follow along and check out this cool ride. This right here is our 67 Ford Mustang that we picked up. Of course, if you saw the channel, you saw that it had a locked up engine, but we pulled that old tired engine out, and we pulled the engine out of my 65 Ford truck to go back in this car. Now I've already tore that engine completely down, completely rebuilt the engine, trick flow track max. We went over to a roller rather than a flat tappet, and we're about to sit that engine back down in this car. We're going to keep the automatic in it just for now because I'm only sticking that engine in there just to get it out of my way in the shop and to kind of take this thing down the road, kind of fill it out before I tear it back down, sandblast everything, put all new rust repair panels in it, and cut that top off. But I'm going to go ahead, we're going to go through the process, get that new engine down inside this car. Now let's go ahead and check out engine out. Hey, this is the 65 Ford truck. This motor was locked up. Since then I've pulled the heads, put a block of wood on top of the pistons, and then got a hammer and knocked them loose. And this thing's been sitting with oil in the cylinders for a while, so I know this motor will turn over freely. This motor here, it's stamped here as a 302. It's a 60s block. I have the dipstick tube here in the front, not on the side. So this right here is the motor we're going to be pulling out to put in the 67 Mustang. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull this short block out of this truck and put it inside the shop since we're about to be losing some daylight out here. It's like 38 degrees, it's freezing cold. So I'm going to try to go ahead before the sun goes all the way down and get this engine pulled, get it in there so that I know I'll have this rotating assembly just in case the other block is too far gone. And here we have the engine. Now this was the locked up Ford 302 that we picked up out of our 65 Ford truck. It's completely gone through. Of course, we went with a trick flow, track max cam, roller cam. We did a conversion to do roller. We have our 4-barrel upper intake. It's got stock heads, but they've been redone as well. We did put the 289 style water pump back on it because we used the 289 aluminum radiator. Everything inside is just basically stock, standard size stuff, and we just did a little bit of a dress-up kit. But that right there will go nicely, the 600 Holly. So we're going to go ahead, stick this down in this. Don't pay too much attention to all this crap because this motor will come back out, and we're going to be putting a Tremec T5 behind the engine when we fix it all up. There's still some more rust repair we need to do. We're going to do a full floor pan replacement. But for now, just going to get the motor in here, test it, drive the car, see how the car drives. And then once we get that Coyote car in there built, this will be the next car we're going to be working on. Now the reason why I'm putting the engine in that car right now, rather than going ahead and fixing it up, I want to get that out of the way, test it all out, make sure everything's pretty much running and driving and beneficial to that car when I start to tear it down. Plus, this car in here is the ticket item that I'm working on now, trying to get everything on this car situated because this car is going to be one of the nicer vehicles. It's going to be all modern, basically with a 67, 68 fastback body sitting on top of it. But let's go ahead and get back to getting that engine in. Or if you want, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the little bell at the top, and then you'll also see updates whenever I start doing some videos on this car here as well. So let's go ahead and get back. Well, as you can see, we've got this engine up in the air. I've got it on my balancer hoist here where I can easily turn it, angle it to get in the car. The transmission's raised up. Already got the stall converter, 2800 stall on the flywheel. Now all it's needed is basically just lower down in here, put it into place, slide it onto that shaft, and turn the motor, and hopefully it'll slide right on in there and line up on the dowels, and it'll be ready to bolt up. And then put the motor mount bolts in and start fastening everything up and start her on. Maybe hear this thing run tonight. So let's go ahead and get to it. we've got the motor sitting in here. We've got a bolt in the motor mount, just kind of hold it in place. Now I still got to get it, the transmission will have to be lowered a little bit so I can get the top set in on the transmission, get the dowels lined up. But I'm going to go ahead and take this little thing right here loose from there and start getting the transmission bolted up. I don't know if it's going to crank or not, but this is the first time we're going to try cranking it. Valve covers back on here just because I don't want a bunch of oil pumping out of the push rods and rockers, but I've adjusted the timing a little bit, so I got plenty of fuel going in it. See if it changes any. Too much. All right, here we are. This is going to be the day 2 of this process. Now, last night I didn't have some new plugs to go in there, so I went this morning, picked up some new plugs to go in it. Also, for this HEI distributor, I had to grind a little bit off of that bolt head right there. That was a tip my dad gave me. Said he used the same distributor. That's what he had to do. So I did that so I could have more travel on my distributor. Also, there's no exhaust manifolds on here, so I'm going to go ahead and get this thing up in the air, cut off those factory or aftermarket factory tubes that they put under there for the old manifolds, and try to get some long tubes up underneath this car so we can kind of hear what it's doing when it does crank. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing up in the air and start putting them long tubes on. Hopefully they'll get past that steering box and that factory power assist steering. So let's get this thing up in the air. So now let's see what it looks like on the bottom of this thing. Everything on this side looks pretty decent. There is some rust back here in the rear section of the frame. Not a big deal. Again, there's some more over here. All this will be replaced, of course, with all new sheet metal. Going up front, I know that there is some rust issues right here on this front frame right there. And over here looks pretty good. So nothing to worry about right here. Now as we go up under here, the transmission's a little bit grimy, a little dirty. That's to be expected. That's not going to stay in there. That transmission's coming out. We're going to be putting a T5 in there. Basically all I'm doing right now, I'm going to be cutting these pipes right here. So I'm going to be cutting them back here, and then hopefully we can put some long tubes down there in that little hole there. Headers here, we're going to try to stick them in through the bottom. Usually that works. There's one just kind of sitting in place. That ain't the side I was concerned with. It was this side. This side has the power assist steering. And if you look up in there, of course you don't have a whole lot of room here. Of course if it goes through here, maybe I just need to cut this bracket here off. Already I'm struggling for some real estate here. Okay, now we finally got those headers in there. I did have to raise that engine up on the driver's side here so that I could have plenty of clearance. Now I'm going to be putting on these rear collectors, and they're very, very close to fitting right there where that other pipe right there is. So shouldn't be no problem there. Okay, I've got all my headers torqued down now. Everything is out of the way. Should be good to go to do a test crank. Maybe, we'll see. Go ahead and try it. Okay, well, you did hear it run just for a little bit, but it wasn't running right. This is a 302. but I didn't realize that cam, that trick flow cam, was for a 351, not 302, so I had to change that up and time it. So it is timed correctly now. It's a good, fortunately, thing. But one thing you might want to check, make sure if you did buy a 302 or 351 camshaft, you got to time it to that. So that right there has been done. Everything's finished up to right now to where I could crank it. Of course, right now it's just uncapped headers, but we're going to go ahead and give it a quick start and let you hear it. Be day 3. Well, day 1 we got the engine finished up to where we wanted it and kind of sat into place in the car. Day 2 we figured out that our camshaft timing was a 351, so we timed it to 351 to get it running. And I want to give a shout out to Mr. Gunn in 60. He came over, adjusted on the carburetor a little bit. It's kind of hard to run back and forth trying to get it to stay running over here at the same time trying to get it adjusted, so he come over to help me. So we got 2 people over here. Got it dialed in kind of right where it needs to be, but still got to get those exhausts welded up so that we can tune it again, because it's going to change the back pressure. It's going to need to be tuned. So before we can do that, I want to go ahead and get the aluminum 3-core radiator in. I have the aluminum brackets here to put the alternator on. I'm not worried about the power steering just yet. That bracket hasn't came in yet, the aluminum bracket for that. So I'm going to go ahead. My wife is on her way to O'Reilly's to pick up the upper and lower radiator hoses, because I put a 289 style water pump on this so that it would be original style to the car. So now I'm just going to go ahead, get the aluminum radiator set into place, get the alternator brackets and stuff put on the car. That way it's charging. I ain't got to worry about running a charger on the battery. And start it up, get the exhaust welded up, and start getting the tuning correct. So let's go ahead and dive right into that. Okay, now this pulley right here, this is for a 302. These holes here were for this was already drilled. Now that right there shows exactly how much difference the 289 is. I just simply put it on there on the center hub and put the other pulley against it, marked the holes, and drilled this for a 289. And it's perfectly centered to my pulley down here, so I know the spout is not any different from the 302, so I was looked up on that. So now with this out of the way, okay, right here's our radiator. Pick this one up. These are about $200. This is a 3-core. And it's made to sit exactly into place on this 67. Okay, I've got the hoses on. I just kind of had to take 2 clamps to make one just for now. This is just a temporary deal anyway. I've got the lower, this is for the transmission lines. I've got them going on right this second. So got one kind of screwed in. Now screwing in the second line. I'll tighten him up, add some coolant or some fluid to top that off, and then I should be ready to put some coolant in this thing, and hopefully it'll all circulate through, get all the air out of the lines. But right now, just getting these lines right here tightened up. Here we have it sitting outside. I just backed it out and drove it to this point right here. I'm about to put some coolant in it. I've got a little bit of coolant in it, but I now got to add some water. So as soon as I get a little water added to it, we're going to do a first test drive.